My name is Ann Jones, and I was diagnosed with B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia, Philadelphia positive, on September 15th, 2022. My first thoughts were, am I going to die? What's going to happen to my children? My husband? Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to take care of family? My mom was with me whenever I got diagnosed. And I remember I asked the doctor, I said, how does one get cancer? And his response was bad luck. I looked at my mom in complete shock, and I just felt defeated. And that's when the tears and the thoughts hit me. And everything just went into slow motion. Felt like I was underwater. Nothing was being registered. I did ask the doctor and nurse if my husband and children can come up to the hospital so I could say goodbye to them, because I didn't know if I was ever going to see them again. And he was able to sneak them in, because during COVID there were strict policies in the hospital. But they were able to come in, and I just remember holding them tightly and telling them how much I loved them, because I didn't know what was going to happen. Watching them leave from that room was one of the hardest things, because I just wanted to reach out and go with them and be with them. With being diagnosed with Philadelphia positive, I was able to get on a research trial, and that was one of the best things I could have done. They want the research and that they're doing in the trial to succeed. So they're going to give you the best care that they can, which also meant my mental health. When you hear the words that you have cancer, it affects you mentally. Going through all those treatments, the chemo, the spinal taps, the bone marrow biopsies, and some even get bone marrow transplants. I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to do that. But I would cry myself to sleep at night, and my husband would just hold me. And then insomnia, because if I fell asleep, I was afraid I wasn't going to wake up the next morning. If I was driving in the car, I would just want to hit the tree or drive off a cliff or a hill. And sometimes I thought about taking too many painkillers just to be done with everything, because the cancer was going to kill me anyway. And that's how you think is my life is done. I didn't realize how bad certain things would trigger me. When I get night sweats, which I've never had before until I was diagnosed, and I still get them. And if I'm exhausted, or if I get a random bruise, I've never had to worry about any of that stuff until I was diagnosed with cancer. And it's hard. because you want to just be normal again. I did go see a psychologist within the cancer center, and that helped to be able to cope and redirect some of my thoughts and bring them back to the present. And now I just stop whenever I get anxiety and my mind goes to the what if it comes back. I stop and I just give it all to God and I pray, and it helps calm me down, but it'll always be in the back of my mind. I did have to get referred to a psychiatrist to help balance out my medications because the depression, it was bad. I wouldn't want to get out of bed. I wouldn't eat. It was hard for me to take a shower. And then when I was in and out of the hospital constantly, away from my family, that was really hard. And it's depressing because you're alone and nobody understands what you're going through or the struggles that you have mentally. And you want to tell them, but they can't relate. And so it was even hard talking to the psychologist and the psychiatrist because they haven't been through it, but they can somewhat help. I did get on a medication that has helped with my depression, and I'm thankful for that. But I never know if I'll go into a depression or not. I just came out of one in December, and you just kind of aren't yourself and you don't know how to process it all. So even after ringing the bell at the end of March, I still have struggles mentally because of the effects that cancer had on me. And I wish this upon no one, because you feel like it's a death sentence. To be better supported as a patient, we need someone, a friend, a buddy that we can trust and know that what we're saying, they understand and they can relate. And it's not just for the patients, the caregivers, family members, and maybe even the friends, need that person to help their loved one who's going through so much understand and be able to help them out to the best of their ability. I met a friend towards the end of my treatments, and he was my buddy. We could relate to one another. I could tell him all my thoughts of wanting to end my life, and he would tell me his, and we were able to control and help each other redirect those thoughts, and we didn't feel alone whenever we were talking, because we were both going through the same thing, even though I was ending my journey and he was just beginning his. But the one thing that sucks about cancer is you don't know who's going to survive and who isn't. And I lost my buddy this past September. And it's been a struggle because I trusted him. I love him. And I don't have him anymore. And that's something that we need, is that person. So, shortly after he passed away, I was asked to be a Visionary of the Year with the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, which is their revamped 10-week campaign that they do. And talking with the LLS advisors, I found out that there is a support for those patients, caregivers, family members that they can call into and talk to someone who has been through cancer, gone through the journey, is on the other end. Also, there's caregivers that can call in, family members that can help them understand what their patient, their loved one is going through. And that's a true blessing to know that now. And LLS is an amazing organization, and I'm so blessed that it's in my life now, and I'm able to advocate and push for more people to know that you being not okay is okay, and it's okay to talk about your struggles, your depression, your anxiety, because you're not alone. Even though you feel alone, you're not alone. So know that LLS has that support for the patients. And you can go to their website, lls.org, and reach out to someone if you need a person. Because we all need that.